Right, get ready for this. What you're about to see is completely overwhelming. 26-year-old Cassandra Bergeron transported 27 dogs from Alabama to Orlando on board a small piston aircraft. It was a flight that likely saved them from euthanization. Bergeron says the dogs were flown to several different rescue centres and shelters as part of an ongoing effort to save our canine friends. Come on everybody, I don't know if this is a safe use for an airplane and crew, but man, it's so good to see such a good charity making a sacrifice. So this news comes from a Good News Movement fan page on Instagram, and I truly encourage you to subscribe to this channel. You can of course subscribe, like and share our content as well, really do appreciate it. Anyway, now it's time for our aviation and air sports research across the globe to bring you the best and latest information. My name is REGAN TETLOW, I'm your host, coming to you for the first time from Manchester, UK, and this is the one and only Air Sports News. The 11th FAI World Paragliding Accuracy Championships has begun in Prilep, North Macedonia. It is organised by the paragliding clubs Delta and Extrema with the cooperation of the Agency of Youth and Sport of North Macedonia and the Hang Gliding and Paragliding Commission of the FAI. 129 pilots from 32 nations are competing for the World Championship title. The maximum number of pilots constituting a national team is 7 in total, with 5 of one gender, but only 3 scored from each round, so that counts as a team score. This event is the most internationally presented to date, 32 nations against 28 that participated in the Worlds of 2019 and 2017. In the previous years, the number of participating nations was much less. 20 years ago, the first ever PGA Worlds of 2000 started in Middle Wallop in the United Kingdom with just 25 pilots and 4 nations. We'll find out who's going to win the competition on the 16th of October. But before that, I made a quick catch-up chat with Mirianthe Ewington from the organisers board. She's on the spot right now, and let's see just what she had to say.
We're in Macedonia for round 1 of the World Championships, the Paragliding Accuracy World Championships. And we got off, the first 34 pilots, I think, got off. And then you can see the front came in behind me, and currently we're just waiting for stand down now.
It's been quite a bit of rain the last couple of days, eh?
Yeah, very British weather, to be honest. When we came out for training, we had some glorious sunshine and trained in some very different conditions. But this is making us and the team feel right at home.
So, Mirianthe, tell me where you are. This is your launch. You're on top of the hill, and where's the accuracy tuffet?
Let's see if I can get that. Just down the bottom, there's some red tents. Don't know if you can see. I can't zoom in.
Do you know, some of the championships obviously come off a hill, and some use a winch, don't they? Is that a different? Yeah. Is that a different type of sport, or is it the same?
It's the same sport, and the winches are arriving this afternoon. So we're hoping that maybe tomorrow we will be able to winch. There's another site that we can use for winching. Yeah.
That's good.
So yeah, that's another option that the organisers have got.
Mountain racing, but without the terrible weather. It's possible only with the virtual Drone Grand Prix in Lax, Switzerland. The Drone Champions League is preparing another stunning virtual show for all the drone fans to enjoy the beautiful backdrop of the snowy Alps without the cold and wind. Pilots are in the final stretch to compete for the championship. Who will win this time? It will be broadcast worldwide live on Twitch on the 30th and 31st of October from 11 UTC. Staying in the world of drone racing, we have just received some stunning shots from the Level 2 heat race, full of emotions and adrenaline. Gab 707 and Sky advanced to the finals after a hard-fought battle in sudden death. Take a look.
Guy trying to fight back, and he does. You've got Gab in front. Remember, 2 spots to move on to the final. Gab through the triple pass. Sky still in second, the green and white alternating throw. Very wide turn from Fluxy back there. That's slowed him way down. He's not going to make it. Here comes Sky, though. Final turn around the T-Mobile Tower. Gab will advance, and Sky
So many hot air balloons took part in the Balloon Fiesta in Albuquerque, and we didn't have that much good content to show you last week, but now we do. Thanks to Rebecca Armabulio from the Badmoneti group. Albuquerque Fiesta was the most exhilarating experience for all of the teams participating in the event, and the day was perfect for balloon flying during the day and also at night. Seeing hundreds of balloons airborne, it's so romantic. So as you know from last week's show, Rhode Island's Noah Foden and Pennsylvania's Bert Pandelt gas balloon team are the 24th America's Challenge champions, and I had the privilege to speak with Noah about the race experience.
Is that your first America's Challenge, Noah?
No, this is my fourth this year.
Right.
I flew the first one in 2016, 2017, 2018 was canceled due to the proximity with the Gordon Bennett, and then of course 2020 was canceled.
Yes. Right, well, tell me a bit about it then. Took the win. I was reading some of your Facebook posts were quite funny about losing things in the basket. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was an exciting race for us. Of course, we went very high. It was very cold. That was probably the most notable thing. About 11 degrees in the basket up there overnight, and all of our water was freezing. It didn't quite freeze solid, but makes it very difficult to drink with ice crystals in it.
Yeah.
And with all the clothes we had, I have everything that I had on me, and it was still bone-chillingly cold. There's just no way to escape it. You can't really move and do jumping jacks to warm up there. So,
yeah.
And with my partner sleeping or me sleeping, you know, we've got to be careful to make sure we're getting good rest up there. So moving around is very limited. When the sun came up, it was very welcomed, but even with the sun on all of our water, it still didn't melt it. It was still in the 20s during the day. So we never had our water thaw out, which was kind of annoying, but we were still up in the 16s the following day and tried to maintain that altitude to get as much speed as we could, because as we know, the winds were very light during this race, and the strongest winds were very high, and even those were very light in the teens. The low teens at that in knots. So we just figured to take advantage of those, we'd have to go high and be on oxygen most of the flight.
And the full-length interview with Noah is available as always on our Air Sports Promotion YouTube channel. So we've already showed you some combinations of FPV drones flying with various air sports such as speed flying, paragliding, aeromodeling and aerobatics. But now we've found something really extreme: FPV flying next to the base jumpers and wingsuit pilots. Nicknamed the Bomber, this drone pilot said that this experience was really awesome to do, but he needs to work on his timing precision, because at these speeds, when you have a bad timing, you can put 50 meters in the face in half a second. My second special guest is an Italian professional skydiving athlete, now with the Belgian Army. He's got a degree in sports science, and thanks to his studies, he had the ability to mix theory with practice on the daily workout preparation that helped him to get a slot on the multiple World Championship skydiving team and indoor team Hayabusa. Let's chat with Mike Sylvie.
What a few years it's been, Mike. Tell me,
Yeah.
when did you join? When did you join Hayabusa? How far back is it now?
So now this is the second year.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end, because of COVID, it was just it's 2 years, but we're short years because we just trained like 3 months in the first year and then 4 months in the second year. So it's like, let's say 1 year, really.
Well, once again, congratulations, world champions, undefeated world champions, I must add. It must feel, I mean, you really are on top of your game right now, Mike. You know, what a treat for an athlete.
Yeah. It's an unbelievable story, let's say.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Still now, I cannot realize what we did, and it's fantastic.
Tell me about how it all came about with Hayabusa. Tell me the story. I've got a cup of tea. Come on, tell me the story.
Oh, the story, let's do like in a short way. I was before in Amnesia. Everybody knows Amnesia, what also we did, what they did in the past. And I did like 2 years with Amnesia. we were trying to beat Extremo, that way they were the national Italian team. And the first two we failed. We failed indoor, we failed outdoor. We failed for just 1 point, indoor and outdoor. And that was really a sad year for me, but that competition really taught me a lot. And after 1 year, with Amnesia, we won the first place indoor and outdoor. So we were very happy about this. And then we went in Bahrain for the Indoor World Cup.
Yes.
And we were at third place.
Yes.
And that was the moment where Hayabusa came to me and said that there was a place for me in the future. And then I said, yeah. For sure,
Wow.
yes.
Sports Promotion YouTube channel is of course the place where you can find the rest of this interesting interview with Mike. Don't miss it. It's got some really interesting things to say. And just for 2 more minutes, we're staying in the world of skydiving because I had a quick catch up with Jeremy Cullen from Skydive Spain, one of the biggest and most energetic drop zones in Europe.
Down in Andalusia, Skydive Spain, Gerald's there. Season really starting to kick off. How are you, my friend?
Oh yeah, hi Regan. Yeah, it's really getting good here. We've gone to winter hours, so we're long days. Yesterday we had an awesome sunset load. We got a group of friends here. We got some students. We've had a great time.
It's all happening, isn't it? You know what? Tell me about what you got coming up, Gerald, in the next couple of weeks.
For October, what I've got coming up, we've got a Pills Boogie this weekend, which is the Spanish jumping, which is going to be some fun. We got some dynamic flying going on. We got an XRW Academy. We got a 2-plane avion with Marino going on for a 28-way. We got FF progression. We've got an AFF course. A lot of students coming in. And of course, we've got our Armando here who's going to do the Flight 101 and Flight 102 canopy courses.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes, so lots happening. And that's
the
just
big
in
news,
October.
the big news after the pandemic break, we are back at Christmas Boogie.
Oh, yes. And we are excited. Christmas Boogie. We can't wait.
The airshow industry is struggling because of the pandemic restrictions going back and forth. In many cases, airshow organisers were forced to postpone or cancel their events. But there is one solution which is not afraid of COVID, and this is the virtual airshows. Virtual pilots creating stunning air displays similar to the real ones are staying at home, staring at their high-end computers and providing some great shows fully virtual, and spectators can stay at home and watch the event online with brilliant perspective. That's impossible to achieve in real life. This kind of virtual airshow, called Millionine Volta Airshow, will take place on the 23rd of October at 1700 GMT on the DCS Espanol channel. No danger, no COVID, no restrictions, just pure virtual aviation. Okay, let's move on to our Hall of Fame section. From the 9th to the 10th of October 1900, the Aero Club of France held a long-distance balloon race coinciding with the World's Fair and Olympic Games. 6 balloon teams competed for the Grand Prix. The winning team, La Vaux and Saint Victor, landed near Korostyshev, Ukraine. The two counts had travelled 1,153 miles, that's 1,856 kilometres, in 35 hours, 45 minutes. Having crossed the Russian frontier without passports, the two gentlemen were held in custody for 4 days before being allowed to return to France by train. On the 10th of October 1928, flying the XC-05 aircraft, Captain St. Clair Street and Captain Albert William Stevens climbed towards the stratosphere. It took 1 hour, 40 minutes for the airplane to reach its maximum altitude, which was indicated by the airplane's altimeter at 40,200 feet, which is 12,253 meters. The air temperature was minus 76 degrees Fahrenheit, which is minus 60 centigrade. On the 11th of October 1968, Apollo 7, the first manned Apollo spacecraft, was launched aboard a Saturn 1B rocket from Launch Complex 34, Cape Kennedy Air Force Station in Florida. The flight crew, with Captain Walter Schirra on his third spaceflight, Major Don Estey on his first spaceflight, and Major Walter Cunningham also on his first spaceflight. The duration of the flight of Apollo 7 was 10 days, 20 hours and 9 minutes 3 seconds, during which it orbited the Earth 163 times. On the 11th of October 1910, Theodore Roosevelt Jr. was the first president of the United States of America to fly aboard an airplane. At Kinloch Field in Missouri, Arch Huxley, a member of the Wright demonstration team, invited the former president for a flight. Initially, Roosevelt declined, but then accepted the offer to accompany Huxley aboard the Wright Model B. The Wright Model B had a maximum speed of approximately 40 miles per hour, and its range was 110 miles. Great, so that's it for today, guys. Please contact us if you have some aviation information for us to share, and also share our content, like and subscribe as well, please. We would love it if you do that. I'll wait here for you again next week at the same time with the last episode of Season 8. I'm leaving you with some nice shots of the aerobatic gliders, aero modelling straight from Andre Strum. As always, stay safe and keep your eyes on the skies.